Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Solasta with me, Bring It On. So I handled a little bit of my inventory management off camera,
Clear skies, my friends. You have some treasure in your backpacks?
but there's a couple of things I wanted to showcase before we head to the Manicolin Ruins.
We do require your services.
Also, it struck me that we haven't read the flavor text for a lot of these items. I'm going to do the tomes for right now. So, Manual of Bodily Health. Avar Wiseheart surmounted a debilitating disease to win the Dwarven Games. He summarized his methods in this manual. Alright, so it's the same description for both of these. Huh. We're actually going to buy the Manual of Quickness of Action for our Ranger. So Gifaliel Swiftfoot wrote this manual for her students at the Imperial Ballet School of Seothernus. We have three more. A Tome of Leadership and Influence. The seminal leadership work of the Iron Legion's General Officer Course. A Tome of Quick Thought. The distilled learnings of Manicolin scholars. This tome has fascinated generations of arcanists. And the Tome of Understanding. Inspired by Pakri, this tome has brought a deep faith in higher or lower powers to many agnostics. Alright, well, that's all we needed from this guy. Give this to her, have her study that, I guess, for 24 hours, but we're not going to do that yet. Because we need to return to the Arcaneum, turn in this item that we found, and hopefully that gives us enough reputation to get some of the items that I need. So I need a Morningstar, a longsword, a short... Sorry. Yeah, no, that's right. Morningstar, longsword, longbow, and short bow. To craft all the items that I want to craft. Also, where did he just run outside?
Clear skies, adventurers. Anything new for the Arcanian?
Possibly.
Yep, the War of the Gods. Plus 12 relation.
Stay in the light.
So we're in Brotherhood. I'm hoping.
Clear skies, adventurers.
We do require your services.
Alright, fantastic. So we need a prime longbow, primed Morningstar, primed... Isn't the longsword at the bottom? Yeah, prime longsword. I think a rapier as well. And what else I need? A short bow. We'll sell this. Here, you can have that junk. I think we're all set. Alright, so I went through, I did look at how long it takes to craft each thing. The Dragon Blade takes the longest, but it takes 48 hours. Everything else that I want to craft only takes 24. So I'm going to put my Wizard on this, since he has the highest intelligence modifier. And then I'm going to make a bow. Do I want the Storm Bow, or do I want the Medusa Bow? So 1 to 8 damage, plus 1 to 10 lightning damage. Medusa Bow does 1 to 6 damage, plus 1 to 8 poison damage. So I'll probably craft this for Feindal, plus the poison damage makes more sense for a green mage. We're going to give this to Megan. This should put her back in the running for a DPS lead, I'm hoping. Also, the Dragon Blade's effect, I don't think I've showcased it, is absurd. That won't be selected while he's crafting it. We can do it because he's crafting it. So it does 1 to 8 damage, plus 2 to 6 fire damage, and inflicts on fire, which does recurring 1 to 6 damage per turn. That's an absurd amount of damage. Anyway, let's have our ranger study this. That should take 24 hours. And hopefully we finish her bow. Not quite. Close. Alright, let's get out of here. We're gonna head towards the Manicolin Ruins. I don't plan on doing any more fast traveling until all the items that I want to craft have been crafted. So it's gonna be very slow going. Well, Manicolin Ruins we wouldn't fast travel to anyway. But Just to be clear, 4 days. We should hopefully finish both of the items we're working on, then knock out the next 2. I really want the Morning Star for my Cleric, because a Cleric using a sword just doesn't sit right with me. It ain't natural. Alright, so he finished the bow. Let's read the description for it. This enchanted weapon was created using the ancient knowledge of Kulthanen's master bowyers. Bowyers. I don't know why I say bowyers. It was designed by Gilar Stormforge, the first Dwarven smith to harness the power of the storm in a weapon to devastating effect. Congratulations, Megan. This train goes through her arm. Also, it doesn't look special at all. That's super disappointing. Alright, next he's going to craft his own weapon, the Bear's Claw. Which I think does more damage than the sword he has equipped now anyway. So I think it does 1 to 6 blunt and 1 to 8 piercing, or vice versa. I think his current weapon does, what, 1 to 6, 1 to 6? No, it's 1 to 8, 1 to 8. Okay, so his current weapon does technically have more damage potential. But they could always resist. Well, I guess they could also resist physical damage. I'm going to swap anyway. It might not be the optimal thing to do, but I don't think I've seen more than, I think, 2 or 3 damage from the cold effect anyway. Alright, finish the Dragon Blade before we do anything else. He can craft his Medusa Bow. Oh, he finished his item too. I guess we'll make Black Viper for... Actually, which one of these is better? So Black Viper is 1 to 8 plus 1 damage, and then 2 to 6 plus 1 necrotic damage. Doomblade, 1 to 8 damage inflicts Doomblade Cut. The creature takes 1 to 6 necrotic damage at the beginning of its turn. It's a recurring effect, 1 to 4 damage. So you have to save to negate. What sort of save do they have to make? I assume like a Constitution save, right? How's that compared to a current rapier? So 1 to 8 plus 2. Yeah, this is better. It is only a plus 1, so reduced chance to hit, but she has enough of dexterity modifier, doesn't really matter. So let's make that for her. And then let's read the descriptions for Bear's Claw and Dragon's Blade. This enchanted weapon is forged using the ancient knowledge of Manikalan's master smiths. The sharp spikes of the Bear's Claw shred armor to inflict additional damage, just as expected by Aduriel Stronghand, who designed the first weapon of this kind. There we go, now he looks a lot more cleric-y. Now the sword just... yeah. And then Dragon's Blade. I don't think I'm going to swap that out. I mean, as good as it is, I like having the +1 armor class and be able to cast Spirit Guardians for free, since he doesn't have access to that spell naturally. But I will keep it on hand, because that's very good. Again, maybe not the optimal choice, but I think it'll be okay. So I must have all the weapons that I wanted. I'm just missing the Medusa Bow, which is in progress, so, and Black Viper.
I think this is what the crown showed me.
So not one of the gems?
Obviously. Do you feel anything else? I'm afraid not. That's a problem. Let's go back to the council. We have to tell them.
Oh, that was it? Thought we were gonna fight something here. Also, aren't we missing like 4 gems? Well, good. This little back and forth actually should give us the time we need to finish our crafting. So that does work out in my favor. Alright, we finished the Medusa bow. Nothing else I really want to craft. I guess I'd sell or craft some of this stuff just to sell it. Because we don't have any other battle axe recipes. So yeah, I couldn't craft that. He still has a ways to go. And we'll read the Medusa bow's description. This enchanted weapon was created using the ancient knowledge of Kolthanen's master bowyers. Magic melded Medusa coral and hardwood to create a deadly bow, favored by the boarding parties of island halflings. That's what my, halfling is. Well, I'm gonna go to my green mage instead. So that makes sense for him to have a weapon that does poison damage. Thematically, it makes sense. Alright, let's go. Well, let's go here and sell the battle axe we just crafted first. And see if it has a unique description. I don't think that it does. We can start working on the scimitar of acuteness. And also, I'm not worried about wasting primed weapons since we have access to, I think, all of them except for the plate. I think that's just because I couldn't afford it. Alright, first sentence is the same. Its design is one of the early works of Elgador Keenspirit, Magesmith of the Arcaneum. Actually, let's check this. I mean, we were gone for a few days. Maybe the scavengers finished some of these loot locations. Not that I really need money for much else. I mean, I guess I can keep buying tomes. Outside of that, I am set. Alright, we don't have enough money for anything else. I just fast travel up here. Do I need to talk to him or up here? Alright, so this is the end game. So after this, you'll be unable to complete optional quests. Make sure you finish all your tasks and are ready for the game's final chapter. Doesn't tell me where I really need to go. I assume we need to go talk to what's-his-face in the tavern instead. Well, I'm glad I just eked out enough reputation to get all the weapons that I wanted. So we are in the end game. So he doesn't want to talk. I guess we'll go up here then and try that. Perfect.
Three gems missing?
Perhaps
Well,
they've been
three.
destroyed. We tested the first one. It can't be done.
They must be magically concealed.
So the crown must remain incomplete?
Maybe the Sorax have the missing gems. After all, they attacked you more than once. They're clearly still after the crown.
If you can't find the gems, why keep the crown out there? It'll just keep attracting the Sorax. The attunement, remember? I'm sorry, senior deputies, but despite the attunement, I believe the crown should be secured. And secured by more than 4 adventurers who spend their nights camped in the Badlands.
We can't do that to them. They have served the council faithfully.
Don't be naive. We are facing a major threat. You understand the meaning of sacrifice, and so should they.
We've searched the Badlands for these gems at our own risk. We trusted you to keep your word and leave us the crown.
If I may, I think we need more time to consider the situation. More time? How much time? Maybe just give it a night.
I could use the day to consult with my people.
So could I.
Fine then. Anyone against?
Thank you, Lord Danantar. The Legacy Council is now adjourned.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I knew it. They'll take the crown and never mind what that does to me. This is wrong.
We could run.
What's the point? We know what's at stake. They're right about one thing. Sorax will keep coming after us. After the crown. We could retrace our steps. Go back to where we found the gems. Perhaps there's a trail we overlooked. There's nothing anymore. I can't feel another gem anywhere.
Excuse me, senior deputies.
Master Shorespell.
I would advise you to avoid the palace residence tonight.
What? Why?
I'm not at liberty to say. Just trust me. You have your lodgings at the Gravekeep's Cask. You should spend the night there.
Are you crazy? Or are you up to something?
Are you really working for the Arcaneum?
Why else would I be here?
This elf is...
What do you think? It sounds like a warning. Or a threat. Can we trust him? Trust the new Empire? I have no idea what to do, but I'd like to sleep in a bed tonight.
I miss Carol's beer.
And Merton's sweet talk.
I'd prefer the residence. I like Captain Ironshell kissing me goodnight.
Maybe in your dreams.
Alright, where is the rest of my party? Oh. The Arcaneum warned us. It's a good thing we just got our reputation up with them. Does it say? So do I have a choice? As long as I take a long rest. Should I trust him or should I sleep in the palace? I'm gonna trust him. I might be missing out on some combat.
Hello, adventurers. What can I offer you?
We'd like to stay for the night.
I'll take a quick look real fast, because we don't need the daylight spell since he has daylight through his shield. There's really nothing else that I need or want, though, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, wait, they patched Aid. Also, I only had 14 out of 15 spells selected. Whoopsies. So Aid should work as intended. You shouldn't lose that bonus. Missing piece, no way back. Okay, well, let's go to the council then. A lot of back and forth here.
Senior deputies.
Captain, what's the news?
You didn't hear? Your quarters at the residence were ransacked.
What? When?
During the night. It's lucky you weren't there.
No doubt we could have seen the villains off had we been there.
They were more than simple burglars to infiltrate the palace undetected.
Who then?
I can't say
Zorak
for sure,
assassins.
but some are saying Sor Akath.
That's a worrying prospect, Captain.
I'm well aware. We have put further magical security measures in place.
Good to know.
You are most welcome. Good day to you, senior deputies.
It appears Headland's shore spell was right. He knew. But how? I'm pretty sure he's Imperial intelligence.
He looks normal to me.
That's what spies do.
So, now what?
We will return to the council and hear what they have to say. Or we could pay Shore Spell a visit.
Yeah, let's go talk to him. Objective failed. I guess because we didn't sleep at the residence instead.
Here you are.
Do you find our visit surprising, Master Shore Spell?
No, not at all. Since you followed my advice.
How do you know that?
You're here, alive and unwounded. I heard there was some disturbance at the residence.
Is that so?
But clearly you're here for business, not small talk.
That was it? Okay. I mean, that was uneventful. We didn't learn anything from him. Alright, let's go talk to the council.
Honourable delegates, please be seated. The Legacy Council is now in session. Chancellor Gormsdotter has the floor.
Thank you, Protector. Honorable Council members, we at the Guild of Antiquarians have come to an agreement regarding the quest for the gems of the crown of the Magister. We believe that the crown should be secured and therefore surrendered by its current owners in exchange for a generous payment raised by all parties in the council.
You can't!
You will wait for your turn to speak, Senior Deputy.
We searched the Badlands for these gems, and now you're just taking the crown away from us?
Order!
We are well aware of your reservations, and we understand them. Yet, from what I heard, all parties have agreed that you should comply for the security of all.
Security? You talk of security? What security? Just last night, Sorax attacked our quarters in the residence.
What?
Sorax? Here in Caer Kiflin?
In the palace?
Order!
Immediate action is needed.
Well, find the damned Sorax then.
Please, my lords.
You! Where are your paladins?
Where are your wizards and their divination spells?
Stop it! None of this is helping. Lord Sunblaze, you're supposed to be neutral here. Someone must introduce a formal request.
Right. Apologies. You're right. Let's vote. Only senior members, please. Those for securing the crown, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Nay.
Nay.
Well, we have a majority.
We'll help you with the attunement issue.
Whoa, wait! Who's gonna take the crown, and where? Well, the most secure location would be the Temple of Aina, of course. The Hearth. Of course! Right here in Caer Kiflin. Neutral ground, of course, but still, the Principality of Masgarth is the center of Solasta.
Do you have a better idea, Dean Fasek?
We have secure locations too. How many high-ranking paladins in your tower, Fasek? More than actual wizards in your school.
Order! Remember the dignity of your positions, my lords. Senior deputies, if you please. The council has spoken.
Yeah, someone here is a traitor.
You keep bickering instead of looking for the traitor among you.
This is a grave accusation, Senior Deputy. Thank you, honored delegates. The council is now in recess.
How could they? It can't end like this. I can hear it calling.
Senior deputies, please, a word.
Summer, what do you want? Your Chancellor led the charge against us in there.
I'm truly sorry, but I have some information that might interest you.
I doubt it.
It's about the secret cult of Arivad.
What?
I admit, this is second-hand intelligence, but still...
Speak up!
One of my people saw a man with a tattoo.
The letter A?
Yes. He followed the man all day, and to a gathering that night. In a remote village to the south.
What village?
It's called Earcorn. Very small, but you'll find it easily on any local map.
Thank you, Halman.
You're welcome. Someone must take care of these cultists. And the council, well, you know.
Yes, we do.
I'm so sorry.
Why? You didn't betray us.
I understand how they see things, but
Something's wrong with the Council.
The Council's still young. Everyone is angling for influence. But squabbling academics are better than clashing armies.
Only Earcorn supported us? I mean, beside you? Why would the new Empire be the only friend we have in there?
Earcorn's a moderate, it's true. But the new Empire is subtle. Plans within plans. It's hard to say whether he was following orders or voting his conscience. I wouldn't read too much into his vote, at least for now. It didn't change anything, anyway. But what about you? How are you coping without the crown?
Better than I expected. Same for me, actually. It almost feels like we still have the crown. Exactly, we lost its magical power, but the voice is still calling.
Interesting. So the attunement is unaffected by physical separation?
Keep the crown safe, Marshal, will you please?
You have my word.
Why did my cleric? Oh, I miss it too. He wasn't the one that was attached to it. Alright, let's go to Earcorn, I guess.
Hey, you!
Not drowning in your beer today, Arwen?
No, wait, they took the crown from you?
How do you know that?
How? You really think I'm just a drunk? The whole principality knows you have that crown. I mean, had.
Yeah, indeed.
Something's not right.
You think we need you to tell us?
I mean something's up. Something big.
What, exactly?
They're here.
Who? The Sorax?
Not them. They're pawns.
You're drunk.
What is wrong with you? Haven't you seen enough? Didn't you see what they can do to people? At first I thought you were just another bunch of brainless council lackeys. But you've seen their ways. In Koperin and plenty other places, I'm sure. The way they get into people's heads. I've watched the people of Caer Kiflin for 10 years. I've felt a change. Slow, subtle. Until now, it's getting stronger, and I can't let them win.
So what? You're ready to become a hero again?
I can still fight.
Are you offering to join us?
You brought back my sword. That blade and you've slayed countless abominations down there in the Badlands. You helped me get closure for my lost child. You were at my side when we took down the Remoras. Yes, I'd like to join you.
Alright, fine.
Fine. Come with us.
Haha, now you're talking.
As long as he's not critical, which, I mean, yeah, he is. All hands on deck. Alright, to Earcorn. So we get interrupted again. Oh, it's really close by. Oh, so Earcorn, you've been sent here to investigate a possible group of Arivad cultists. Easy challenge. So I do really like how the game records the conversations that you have, and they are labeled differently. Like, they each have their own name. It's a really nice touch.
This is it? Earcorn.
Look, a farm. And another. High adventure. I love it.
Not exactly how I imagine the lair of evil Sorakath worshippers. But it could be hiding a small group of infiltrators. Let us examine the area in search of clues. What? No tavern? Well, that's suspicious for a start.
That was my line.
Quiet, if you please. Let discretion be our watchword.
Alright, so I got a few buffs real fast. Divine Fortitude. Do you have any more regular arrows? Nope. We're almost done with that. Start using all the +1 arrows that we have. And wait, we do aid now. That's right. That's plus. Where's aid? I have 15 more hit points. I think it goes on 3 of them. I think she has plenty of hit points. I'm going to give it to Feindal. Alright, and I think I'm going to call the episode here. The next one we'll begin investigating Aircorn. I think this is the first episode we haven't had any combat. There's a lot of talking, a lot of back and forth back in Cairkiflin, but I'm sure I'll make up for it next time. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.